Hey, good morning everybody and welcome to the vlog. I'm excited today because I get to cut more ball python eggs. And today I actually am going to start with a pretty cool clutch. This is actually a female banana spider and it's the first clutch that I've ever actually produced from a female banana. Hey, a lot of other people have, but I had never done it, and it's bred to a banana lemon blast. So we could get super banana spinner blast even. Who knows? I'm going to go ahead and cut the eggs and see if we find something. So what do you say we jump in? Egg number one. And theoretically, I think these should all be bananas. There's a chance there could be a normal in here, but it's a pretty long shot of a chance. So I would imagine they're all going to be bananas. And then the question is, could I tell the difference between a normal banana and a super in the egg? And it's going to be a little bit difficult. This particular animal here looks like it is either a banana or what would be a super banana. Now the super banana, the only way you could tell, it almost looks like a hypo banana or a faded banana. That's how the super is, much like a super pastel. When you get the super pastel, it's more faded than a normal pastel. Same thing with the banana. As for this one, it does look a little bit faded, but until it crawls out and I can kind of go to other animals in the clutch, I'm not sure if it's just a normal banana or if it's a super banana. Weirdly enough, it's not a pinstripe or a spider, but that's nevertheless. We'll go to egg number two and see if we get any different results and see if I'm going to be able to tell. I really don't know because this is the first time I've ever cut these type of eggs before, so I don't really know what I'm looking for. And weirdly enough, remember how I said you could potentially get a normal, but it'd be rare? Guess what? I just produced a spinner. That's not a banana. That is bizarre because, again, when you breed banana, on average, only 1 in 4 could potentially not be a banana. So, you know, regardless, I got unlucky with that one. Got a spinner and no banana in it. But that's okay because it's still awesome. Oh my gosh, let's see what we have in egg number 3. Come on. Come on, odds God, give me something amazing. I'd really love to get a super banana spinner blast. That would be incredible. And look at here. Oh, wait a second now. Okay, this is definitely a super banana. You could tell the difference between this banana and the first banana. The first was definitely a normal banana, and this is definitely a super banana because you could tell how faded it is. Wow. That's pretty incredible. So hey guys, that's the first super banana that I have ever produced. Pretty awesome. Again, they're not unbelievably rare these days, but they're rare for me, so I'm pretty excited about it. And you know what guys, I think we might have another normal ball python here. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me right now. This is a normal ball python. So not only is it not banana, but it's not spider, it's not pinstripe, it's not spinner, it's not pastel, it is a normal ball python. The odds of producing that, I don't even know what the calculations are, but it's probably like something like at least 1 in 64, maybe 1 in 128. So I guess we got really lucky with producing a normal ball python. Okay, we got 2 more eggs, guys. I tell you what, this is crazy odds right now. So let's see what this egg has here. Oh gosh, I'm having a little bit of a hard time. Sometimes the shells can be a little bit more difficult to cut than other times. This is a nice sharp razor blade, so I shouldn't have a problem. But we're going to see here. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah. All right. So we have at least a banana spinner, or it could be a super banana spinner. But it's definitely a banana spinner, so that's pretty cool. And the way it's so faded, my guess is this is absolutely going to be a super banana spinner, which is pretty awesome. It isn't a pastel, but it's at least a spinner, and it looks like a super banana, so that's pretty awesome. One last egg in this clutch, so we're going to see what's going on, and I can already tell that it's definitely a banana of some sorts, but don't know what the other part is yet. Oh, I take it back. Unbelievable, people. This is a normal pinstripe. So when I told you earlier that the chances of producing a normal was going to be pretty long shot with only having 6 eggs, and to produce 3 normals in that clutch, oh my god, this is just a normal pinstripe, no other mutations in it. So I tell you what, we produced a couple really cool animals in this clutch, but I got crushed on the odds with the other ones, and that's just what it is. I've often said, guys, that, you know, the odds God sometimes are in your favor, and sometimes they're not. This one was a mixed bag. We got a couple really cool animals, but definitely the fact that we hit a bunch of normals, spinners, pinstripe, and a normal ball python, It's pretty incredible. I actually have one more clutch to cut really quickly. It's actually a pastel scaleless head to a pastel, so it could get some super pastels and stuff like that. But regardless, let's go ahead and cut this one, and we'll put this clutch in the incubator, and we'll wait for them to hatch out. So like I mentioned, I only have 4 eggs in this clutch. Now, it could have some super pastels, some pastels, and even some normals that are scaleless heads. The scaleless head is a co-dominant mutation, of course, that's kind of het for completely scaleless animals. Now, unless I see the head of the animal, I'm not going to tell if it's a scaleless head or not, because on average, only half the clutch will be scaleless heads. But regardless, we'll do the best we could possibly do to see what's in these eggs, and they should be pretty cool. Hopefully, I'll get some super pastels, and hopefully, some of them will be scaleless heads. We'll have to wait to see. This first clutch is absolutely looks like a super pastel. Okay, but unfortunately the head is upside down, so we don't really know what the animal is. But it does look like a super pastel, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully it'll be a scaleless head. When it hatches out, we're gonna find out. We're gonna move on to number 2 and see what we have here. Open this up, and it looks like, I think it actually looks like a normal ball python. Doesn't look pastel. So we'll have to see. You know, it's got a really interesting pattern, so we'll see if it's a scaleless head or not when it hatches out too. Unfortunately, when they're in the egg, oftentimes their heads are hiding, so I can't tell. But I'm going to cut the clutch regardless just to see if I can see anything. So egg number 3, we got a couple more eggs to go. Let's see what we got here. Oh, another super pastel. Unfortunately, another one that's got its head buried, so I can't tell what it is, but this is a really pretty super pastel. Whoo doggy, that thing is gonna look beautiful when it's out. Wow. Okay, last egg. Haven't really seen any scaleless head stuff yet because all their heads have been buried, but it looks like we've got 2 super pastels, so that is awesome. And it looks like probably just a pastel in this last egg, but a really beautiful, clean one. Again, heads buried, so I can't tell, but nevertheless, pretty cool. 2 super pastels, a pastel. One looks like a normal, maybe some scaleless heads in there. We'll find out in the next 3 or 4 days when these crawl out what they actually are. I'll update you guys on that at all, and that concludes egg cutting for the day. I'm pretty excited because today we're actually filming with this camera for our first VR video that we're making for YouTube. I'm going to do a tour of the entire reptarium like you're here. So basically, this is going to be you, and you're going to come into the reptarium. I'm going to show you around cage by cage, show you a bunch of cool stuff. We're shooting it today. It probably won't be out for a couple weeks because it has to get approved by YouTube in order for us to go forward with it, because this is kind of a program that we're working with YouTube on, where they hooked us up with this camera and lens so that we could make VR videos. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to shoot this. And then if you haven't been to the reptarium, it'll almost feel like you're here. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about it, and you'll be able to watch it. This will be a vlog just like a normal vlog, and you'll be able to watch it just like you're watching this. But if you want to do the Google Glass, or you want to do some VR headset, or if you want to be on your phone, you can actually pan around and see everything in 180 degrees. So it's going to be super cool, super fun. We're shooting that in about an hour or so, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be awesome.
Part of the process of us raising up animals is moving them from smaller shoe boxes where they start into mid-sized tubs like these, and then from there they move into the adult cages. So what I am doing today is I'm going through some of the animals that we have in the mid tubs that are big enough to go into the breeder tubs, so I can move those up. After I move these, then I'll go through the shoebox babies in a few days, and then we'll move them into these spots. I'm just going to show you a couple really cool animals that Eric is going to be moving up today. Pretty excited. We've got a lot of California king snakes that are moving up. So we've got a nice group of lavender Cal kings. We haven't produced these in a while, so I've got a couple of these guys that are definitely big enough and need to go into bigger cages. We are retooling our Pueblan milk snakes, so I've got several of these guys that are definitely getting too big for these medium tubs and need to go into the larger tubs. Along with regular Pueblans, we also have apricots. This one's a stunner. I can't wait to see what kind of babies this one's going to have next year. As always, we have a lot of Scaleless Texas Rat. This is one out of a particular project that seems to have some white breaking through on the sides. So again, we've got some stuff raised up to where next year we're going to breed some of these guys together and see what kind of cool animals, and see what kind of cool animals popped out of these breedings. We've got a few different scaleless that we bought in that new collection that were a little bit smaller, but now are going to be big enough to breed next year. So this is an anthristic scaleless. Super excited to see what kind of pretty babies we get out of this one. Another corn snake that's really pretty is a Redline albino corn. So obviously you can see there is a lot of really nice red going on this. So this one should have some really pretty babies. The next one I wanted to show you was this scaleless corn snake. It's a new kind of line. It's marked tiger. So as you can see, it definitely has the markings of a tiger. So next year will be the first year again that we're able to breed this. There's actually a ton of animals that need to get moved up. I've got them all marked with blue tags on this wall. Eric's definitely got his work cut out for him, getting cages ready and moving these guys up.
I hate to say it, guys, but I've got another colubrid clutch that was laid without a nest box. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think we finally have it under control where all the nest boxes are in with all the females. But again, we just had that second clutch wave that was a little earlier than we expected. And it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of really good eggs in this clutch, which is pretty typical for a second clutch, like I always keep mentioning. Looks like a whole bunch of infertile. This one's possibly fertile right here. These guys are definitely no good here, which is, again, part of the breeding thing. And I've talked about this before. Basically, there's something that's called spermatogenesis that happens in colubrids where a male produces viable sperm. Of course, he does that during the cool down season. As the summer goes on and the temperature goes up, a lot of that sperm count goes down. You know, basically it starts to become infertile. That's why a lot of times the second clutches aren't as fertile as first clutches. Regardless, it looks like we have 5 good eggs here, which is still pretty good. And that's actually a het scaleless corn snake, and it's bred to this male right here, an absolute ripper of a male. Look at that guy right there. That thing is cool. That is actually a hypo blood red scaleless corn snake, or diffuse corn snake as we call it. A little desiccated over here, so we'll put some moss on him. Should be all set. And like I mentioned, the rest of the eggs for the rest of the year hopefully will be laid in nest boxes. Eric, sounds like you have your work cut out for you, huh?
Sure do. Got to move some snakes up today. It's exciting though. Watch them grow and put them in bigger enclosures. And
I know. And the thing is that what we really need to do now is get the shoebox animals into the half Rubbermaids.
Yes.
So that they can get beefed up, because what you really want to do is try to raise your colubrids in 18 months so that at 2 years of age they can actually reproduce. Because if you have to take 3 years, basically it's an entire year of expenses that you have into that animal. Usually the kind of rule of thumb is that if you can raise a colubrid up in 2 years, you basically break even that first year, and then the profit comes the second year of production. If you take 3 years, it usually takes you 2 years of production before you even break even. So not to put the pressure on you, but all those colubrids need to make it the size by this next year. So I'll let you go ahead, get all these guys set up, and I think in the next day or two we'll go through the shoe boxes, get them moved up into half Rubbermaids, and keep the cycle going.
Great, awesome.
We got babies on the way too. So
dude, I know, it's just a constant cycle. You're putting them in here, moving them up here. It's awesome. Wow, I wouldn't trade for the world.
All right, I'll let you get to work. Much like I talked about the other day when I was talking about thinking of next year when you're breeding colubrids, it's the same thing when you're raising animals. You have to always be prepared to raise animals as some animals get too old to produce or other things happen like egg binding. So it's a cycle. So we put babies in shoe boxes, we raise those up, get them into sweater boxes, then ultimately into the big breeder tubs. And that's something that has to happen each and every year. And again, just like I mentioned, the cycle is so important, because if you don't get those animals up to size, it's really hard to be profitable. And hey, even though I don't really ever want to think about animals as money, we do run a business, we have to pay the bills, so they do have to be profitable. When you don't get that snake up to size and it takes 2 years to become profitable, that means it's 5 years into raising the animal before you actually show a profit. Whereas if you get them up in that first year, it's only 3 years. It's way better to get them up to size. And that's just the truth of raising snakes for a living. Been a while since I've updated you guys on the baby Rhino Iguanas. They are getting absolutely huge. Of course, that's Diddy and Dixie Kong. So I cannot believe how big Diddy Kong is getting. Dixie's getting big too, but Diddy in particular is crazy.
I don't think it's a good idea to open both doors.
Why?
Because flight risk.
No, I think they're okay now, aren't they?
No.
What?
Told you!
See, he's like, whoa! 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 This is like that scene from Discovery Channel.
Well, help me! What the hell are you doing?
He's fine, he's fine, he's fine. Look at him. He's good, he's good. Okay, okay. Calm down. Calm down. Did he bit you?
He's so fat. He's so fat, my hand hardly fits around him anymore.
Oh
okay,
my.
buddy. Okay, shh.
Calm,
Jeez.
calm down. Okay, he's acting just like Bella.
Yeah, just like Bella. All right. Once he's out, why? What is that? That's what I'm saying. That's why, actually, she's not quite as bad, but we'll just shove that just right there.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Brian, come on! I told you not to.
Whoa! Whoa! Jesus! Ah!
I got it too.
Okay, okay, okay. She's good. I got her. You can see these guys are getting
Look how
huge.
fat he is. Literally
See?
my hand.
And it's so crazy because like once you have them
Yes.
relaxed, they mellow out. I
Yep.
mean, look at.
They're getting good. Once they're out, like they're getting a lot better with handling, but that initial, like,
Yeah, they're a little crazy.
freedom.
But these guys are definitely going to need an upgrade in cage pretty soon because they're getting big where they're going to need bigger cage really soon. But want to update you on these crazy monkeys. Getting big, but still a little crazy. What an amazing day. I'm feeling better every day, getting my strength back a little bit, getting my energy level back, so I'm having a good time. I hope that you enjoyed today's vlog. Let me know in the comments how you felt about it and have a wonderful day. I love your beautiful faces. Do me a favor, be kind to someone. I promise I will see you tomorrow.